Eva posted this story on /out/. It's pretty wholesome. Be me. Do living history /reenacting of early fur trade 1680 to 1750s. Doing canoe trip down the Wisconsin River. In period clothing and carrying a 62 calories fuseled chasse. Camping on a sandbar on the backside of the bar. Watch a group of Boy Scouts float by. They camp farther downstream. Decide to leave early and pack up and float past the Scouts. Heavy fog in the morning and no breeze. Not paddling hard at all so as to not make a sound as I float by. Can barely see the Scouts camp through the fog, they can barely see me probably. Reach my get-out point at a boat landing. Pack gear away and change into street cloths. Go to a diner and order a decent breakfast. I'm almost done eating when a group of Boy Scouts entered and take up the booths behind me from the counter. They are talking about seeing a ghost in the fog. I ask one of the leaders what ghost. They start describing a guy in a stocking cap with a long tassel, gray vest, and white shirt with huge sleeves, and a shooting bag over his shoulder. MFW pick related. Realize they are describing my garb to a T. I start spinning a tale on the fly that they must have seen old Pierre the French fur trader. A fur trader who was prolific up and down the Wisconsin during the 1750s. When they asked how he died I responded. Nobody knows. He was on his way to the trading post in Portage, Wisconsin. His bales of beaver hides were found floating down the river. Pierre's equipment, Pierre's canoe, and Pierre himself were never found. A search party found some moccasins tracks, a fire pit and evidence where Pierre last camped, and his stocking cap that was found on a rock in the middle of the river. Tell Scouts Eva seen the ghost of Pierre too on that very stretch of river in the early morning. Scout leaders know him the ghost, they take a vow silence about that detail. Scouts now have new kick-ass ghost story to tell other Scouts, at next Jamboree. Hello, I'd like to share a story of what happened to me today. Be me, walked to my aunt's house to fix her phone. Stay for noon's coffee, waiting on uncle to come back from garage, inside the house. Uncle is a 60-year-old overweight farmer and often constructs from wheels up, car trailers, horse trailers, large truck trailers, for sale or personal use, fixes combines, tractors, tough shit, guy as strong as a motherfucker. Hear him grinding away with grinders. Hear a loud scream, grunt and the sound of big grinder scraping the rocks. Immediately heat washes over my ears and temple, like I ripped the fattest dabber only ever. Tinnitus out off now air.mp3 my ears are ringing. I jump up and run out putting my shoes on as I'm flying down the stairs. As soon as I turn the corner I see him, his head fell in between a wall and a table in the way. Arm hanging off with blood-dripped fingers, which are some missing. Blood and chunks of meat or fingers in the puddle of blood. Help. First thing I think about is calling my brother who lives abroad as if he was home, then my dad, then my uncle. Realize that's not possible at the moment and I zap in that I am that guy now, pal. I'm literally him now. As I run towards my uncle I can feel my boxers are wet and my shirt is sticking to my back, I'm all water. The blood loss is severe and his shit is mangled and is all without an beginning or an end. Big wound, a lot of blood to be expected but there was a lot. 120 kilograms man, unconscious. It was a feat, to get him inside the front seat of a car, for which I had to run about 300 meters and pull into the driveway. The 300 meters dash actually helped me calm down and think about what I need to do. The sense of urgency and panic is insane, it's like a loud car crash in your brain over and over again. At one point as I was carrying him to the car, his foot got stuck behind a handle of something and it set me back so much in my energy, pulling his leg out, it was the heaviest thing ever. 8 kilometers, ride. Be me late at night. Riding the bus back home after long shift. Wearing pick-related and a beige backpack with my name and shit from back when I was in army. Long hair with shit malformed bare. Sleeping soundly on the bus. Wake to some old fart sitting by me. Looks at me. Looks at the backpack. Asks me if I was involved in some operation that happened near Rio. Asks me if I'm armed. Tells me he's armed. Tells me it's loaded with hollow points and asks if I know what hollow points are. Nod. Proceed to talk for the next 20 minutes of how his army days were and how the army is lighting the narcos up. Gets up and leave. Look around. Empty bus now. Go back to sleep. Miss my stop and have to go home on foot. Funny fella, saw him the night later and he didn't remember me. Me. Floating down the spooky river. Hear 3 knocks from behind a nearby tree on the shore. MFW, it's the water ghost. Smugly knock 3 times back. Water ghost realizes I basically told him no you. Water ghost shits himself and takes off running. He makes it 20 feet before collapsing, double dead. MFW, I killed a ghost. Me. Going a crown. Shoot into a hill at 100 meters, half a click off the road. Come back to road. On the other side there's a 15-meter redneck garbage range. Dudes blowing box after box at 15 meters into random garbage. Trash everywhere. Right beside the main road. In for the Virgin 100 meters target shooter, the Chad 15 meters garbage blaster. Me. 15. In the cadets. Out camping. Rig with civvies, no issued commas. It gets cold at night. As such, I put on my Sir Beauclerk parka, pike roll. Death stares from all of the officers there. Resolved to never ever wear cams in public again. At least I was warm. Me. Nightmare starts off with me falling through the black abyss. I have to shoot targets while falling. Of course I can't hit shit while falling. Each time I miss, a coach appears in front of me. Berates me, tells me to grip the gun properly or shift your stance to be more akin to mine so you don't miss. I'm fucking falling, you massive ass clown. Never hit a single target. I've only had it twice but still I fucking hate it. Me. See, last night, the Israeli fighter jets have bombarded Beit Lahiya, Beit Han, Khan Yunis, Rafah and Gaza areas. 9 civilians were killed in one of the airstrikes in the south of Rafah. The above pictures are related to the bombing of Al Rabat University in Gaza City. Search around some. See that this is obviously the defining pic of the opening week, by how many outlets are using it. Go out of my way to confirm that Al Rabat University is actually Al Rabat Military College and find pre-war photos of events held there. Some retard on 4chan spends an entire minute of my lifespan while I could be watching the water for my tea boil, trying to argue about this, and he can't even figure out that he's arguing something that wasn't said. Where do you want to be headed? Time and place. Me. Former ad, did 4 years, got out in June cause didn't want to re-enlist. Get job with one of that my companies doing the same job I did while I was at. Still have to keep security clearance for new job. Still have to follow DoD rules and shit, not UKNJ. AF Reserve is offering up to 10k sign-on bonus for a 3-year contract for my former AFSC. What should I do here? Browse. The free healthcare was nice, and I'm still eligible to re-enlist. I get paid pretty well with my job, but reserves guard would give me experience necessary to move into a different, higher-paying job within the company I work for. Am I gonna get cruise missile if I do another 3 years in the reserve guard?